Hello there everybody, welcome back to Stasis. Now when we left off there were some interesting things said by Milan and I couldn't help but notice that what the hell is the name of that woman? I've completely forgotten what the hell her name was. Seemed to cut off his conversation rather curiously, which was interesting. Anyway, we've got some reading to do now. January 1st. The new year begins, the wheel turns, and the Groom Lake continues to leave the vanguard of scientific discovery for all of humankind. Yet, I feel dissatisfied. Even as the peons who work under me celebrate the new year, I wonder why. Why would you celebrate such an asinine concept as an outdated Gregorian calendar on a ship that's currently swimming through the depths of space? The reason is clear. Comfort. The fear of the unknown, the alien, the impossible, I do not. I embrace the unforgiving cosmos with open arms. The problem with the research we do is the humans doing it. Constrained as they are by conscience, remorse, and sometimes even fear, we try to grasp the infinite and give it the framework that'll fit the cosmic splendor. This is my 10th year as the Special Projects Director for the Kane Corporation. Despite my discoveries and quest for knowledge, I'm held back at every turn by paperwork, moralizing scientists, and the group of degenerate toadies that I sit on the board with. If I were rid of them, then my word would be God. My word. Yeah, I'm not sure that's entirely true. Not the word of a corporation. Still, they have their uses. The research is funded by Kane, and the Groom Lake is kept running by the money personnel they provide. But the time will come when all of this changes, you mark my words. Oh, this is Milan's. I didn't realise that. March 19th. I'm inundated with emails from all departments about inconsistencies with storage and contaminated samples. This grand masquerade is sometimes more tedious than it's actually worth. Worst of it all is Dr. Way and that technician Miss Callister, is it? I normally make sure workers are troublemakers, but it hardly seems worthwhile. Troublemakers must be allowed to make trouble, because if they disappear, that legitimizes their claims and somebody will always take up the fallen crusader's torch. Dr. Bachman's tendencies are becoming harder to restrain. I'm well aware of his shortcomings. The old man is as brilliant as he is deranged, yet manages to go about his work with sociopathic glee. He's useful to have around. He has required more bodies for tea, specifically more women who were recently pregnant. That is problematic, as we have very few such women on board, and imports are not easy to come by. We may have to play this one under the radar. May 20th. That fool Dr. Gray complained yet again about his beloved insects becoming more aggressive as a result of the power outages. So what? Let them spill out into the decks. As far as I'm concerned, deep waters of sea that outranks the hydroponics project, works by 1,000 to 1. I do like to play chess with Dr. Gray, of course. I win every time. A little fact he's unlikely to tell anyone. Although he does seem quite happy to contact anyone who's interested in the opinions that he'd be the next best candidate for my job. Sebastian could not handle what I do. If you believe otherwise, then you're as great a fool as I imagined you to be. When the day that I foresee comes, your washing course will be under my feet and I will laugh. July 4th. Dr. Williams is still under the delusion that I don't know about her personal research. Officially, it's illegal for staff to conduct their own research, but this is interesting. Recreating her dead lover in the form of a hybrid, how fascinating. If it works, I'll make use of it. If it doesn't, then it'll burn with the rest of the rejects. The woman is obsessed, and another Dr. DeSantos is playing no small part in feeding her delusions. I know her secret research won't cause many problems, or I would never allow her on Project Seed. October 23rd. So it seems contaminated waste from the corpse disposal overspill is contaminating the ship. It's called fungal overgrowth, or so my various drones tell me. The fungus is a riveting proposition, though. Whilst I'm angry at Dr. Baratek for terminating more subjects than strictly necessary, these uninterested side effects are fascinating. I intimated as much to Dr. Gray, and of course stroked his ego with hints at promotion and glory. He'll keep the fungus alive. The engineers want to destroy it, but I'm sure he can delay that. This experiment is becoming more engaging by the day, and I haven't had to even lift a finger. So while they clog up my inbox with demands and Rome burns, I plan to play the violin. I could go into a thing about how we didn't play the violin while Rome burned, but yeah, that's something else. We're more than secure here anyway, and this has a certain inevitability about it. I must record the daily developments as the experiment grows. November 30th. It is as I foresaw, panic, disruption and mayhem, and yet Seed continues apace. Once the fervor in the flame dies down, we'll sweep the decks of detritus and repurpose all of it for my beautiful hybrid creations. No more growing plants for the good of mankind. God is no longer in the machine, my friends, I am God. So he's got a God complex, clearly. December 25th, my beautiful children have excelled themselves, they kill, they learn, they adapt. A primal species without any of the trappings of morality. Reading always gets me yawning. It's their time now. They almost came to be once many years ago, but were snuffed out by humanity, afraid of its natural successors. This systematic extermination was given name, the Eugenics Wars. The public knows it as corporate warfare. In truth, it was a coordinated genocide. Humanity wasn't ready for Professor Gerron's astounding discoveries and sought to destroy it. His work was not perfect, of course. That's where I come in. I spent most of my life as part of Kane trying to access Professor Gerron's original work. Old Man Kane pushed me to the top because we shared an ideal, the utilization of science for the perfection of humanity. Where we differed were the methods by which this was to be achieved. Not that he had much to say after I held that pillow to his face as he lay in the hospital bed, all for a higher purpose. Creation of our species from raw subject will become impossible now that the crew are dead, undying, or unclean, but that's hardly an issue. Any subjects who were flawed or imperfect have been turned into the fertilizer that will nurture the perfection of the surviving race. Now the challenge is moving the Groom Lake out of range of any other ships. No one can be allowed to escape the ship alive. Any good, strong survivors will become members of the new race. I am the creator, I control, I transcend. February 2nd. G. Santos, I'm so very disappointed with you. A distress signal. I thought we were all one mind here in Seed. I'll castrate and destroy you for this betrayal. Your flawed body is hardly worth becoming one of my children. But for now, I must turn off this accursed signal. You cannot hide from me, Marvin, you drug-peddling little fuck. Well, you know, I knew Milan was nuts, but dear God, he was even more nuts than I thought. What is that? No comments? No, nothing to say about that? Robert Lincoln. Yay, more reading. July 23rd. I've been reassigned to investigate the disappearances and the murder of 2 scientists in the employ of Dr. Milan. A strange matter to be sure. I've been observing the movements of some of these eggheads and I can't say I'm too impressed. Doesn't anybody around here record their comings and going or make any notes? There is no traditional organisation in this department whatsoever. Project Steve answers to nobody, this I know. But I thought these scientific types always made notes. Not that I care about admin, but I very much care about finding out who's selling weapon-grade secrets. Industrial secrets are a matter of life and death, especially death in this case. My investigation will be thorough, and no stone will be left unturned. The staff here are strange, and in fact, I say a lot of them are even crazy, but I couldn't care less about that. I just want names and answers. August the 8th. I got this job because I get things done, not because of my warm, caring personality at the moment. Excuse me. At the moment, people are taking umbrage to my investigation, but security is a constant and essential part of shipboard life, especially when we're talking about individual espionage. I'm not sure where the 2 missing scientists are, but it seems, based off the modified records I found, that they were killed and ejected into space. Any other man would assume that these were 2 criminals, but I don't buy that. As far as suspects go, I've ruled out Charlotte Williams and Marvin DeSantos. Charlotte because she doesn't know where she is half the time, and DeSantos because he's just a smoking shit for brains. I'm confident that he's involved in drug dealing and will give him this. He is cautious, he acts like a real ladies' man, but I know the truth. I've seen him rejected repeatedly at the bar. September 3rd. Since July, I've had to operate under the pretense that I'm an assistant. It's lucky that in my career I have some emergency room expertise. The only other person who knows about my true purpose here is Dr. Milan. He's been encouraging. He constantly surprises me with information that I require for my investigation, and at times it's a little over-helpful. Still, he seems honest enough. For the record, I'm well aware of the kind of man Dr. Malan is. I've seen his experiments with my own eyes. We'll see what happens to the bodies who are disposed of. The burning fires of the furnaces. But he does what is required to justify the means. There are few men in this world who are willing to do what has to be done. For that, I admire him. He told me to watch over Dr. Williams' experiment. It seems they're unofficial, and although I prepared a report to Kane to have her removed from her position... Oh, God, stop bloody yawning! Although I removed to have her position, Dr. Malan immediately overrode my request. I respect him, but to be honest, I don't like him having my authority overruled. November 12th. Beckman and all of his people were stiffing around today. It seems like the old psychopath suddenly became curious. I asked Dr. Malan for further instructions, and he told me to incapacitate the old man. This I did. A shame I had to break the old guy's kneecaps. Honestly, I was hoping to just slit his throat, but Dr. Malan insisted that he remain alive and in pain, but unable to move. I'm revising my earlier opinion that Dr. DeSanto's character, I still think he's a pathetic little shit, but I now believe he was partly responsible for some of the stolen information. He strikes me as an amateur put up to this by an outside agent. I'll deal with DeSanto soon, but first I have to monitor his movements. Make one move, pal, and I'll have you. December 17th, Dr. Malan has earmarked me for one of his experiments. I know this because when I attempted to leave the ship to report to Kane Corp, I discovered the actors was restricted and blocked. I came back to my quarters and found Malan waiting there. He was waiting with two of those hellish critters that he'd created. I'm not squeamish, but those things make me nauseous. I'm currently awaiting what he calls processing. I suppose at this stage I would make peace with God. I've killed many men over my life, and I'll never say I feel remorse for it. I won't give Dr. Malan the satisfaction of hearing me pray for mercy. My last notes on this affair are that Dr. Malan himself is the heart of the events on board this ship. I was blind to it. I refused to believe that he was capable of creating such devastation. I always thought that scientists liked control, but Malan breaks all the rules as far as science is concerned. The leaked information, the fungal growth, the missing scientists. I'm beginning to suspect that he even knew that DeSantos was actually selling intelligence and may have fed him the information to sell. To what end, I don't know. I suspect it was because DeSantos kept Batman drugged up to the eyeballs with whatever powerful stimulants he happened to have, so Batman could continue with his work. I can hear the machines being turned on. I welcome my fate. At least I know I did my job for Kane. Well, okay, I can't seem to do anything with this. Anything else, just a couple of PDAs, which is irritating. Alright. Anything else left to do, I guess. Come on, through the door, please. Thank you. Now, the only item I got in here was bone mending glue. What the hell are you supposed to use bone mending glue for? I don't know. But I guess it's time to start trying everything on everything. And hope that something sticks. I wonder if...
I don't know what I was thinking there. Nah, that's ridiculous.
Of course it's ridiculous. What was back up here? That was the lift I came down from, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh look, hey, it's one of these power pads. That doesn't seem to work. Fair enough. We still got these things, which I've no idea what the hell they're for. I mean, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on that one. I wonder if... It couldn't be that easy. Oh, for God's sake. Do you ever get the feeling that sometimes you're just literally just doing things at random in the hope that they work? So what we got? That works? Oh my god. Okay, come on, let's get this thing out. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but fuck it.
Power cell will result in power interruptions in areas adjacent to this node.
That's probably not going to be very good for me, is it? Let's take it anyway. I'm not taking the elevator anyway, so presumably we can go and collect all the other ones as well.
In subject termination and or equipment.
I think that's for the best.
Go to sleep. My baby. Don't worry.
I got an achievement! Yay! Yeah, we know they're dead. Can we go now? So was one of these supposed to be his wife or something? I mean, he said she was used as a host. Is there one in here as well? I have no idea what I need all these paracells for, but fuck it. I'm sure they'll have a use. No reaction this time? Fair enough. Okay, so we've got the paracells. What the fudge are we supposed to do with them? I don't know. Haven't the faintest idea. So we've done all those, so let's... There must be something up here I missed. Maybe some reason why... Some sort of... device, or... What was the thing with that? I didn't really look at it properly, I was just sort of hovering... Okay. Oh! Wait. Oh! I missed that! Ah! Ah, ah, ah. So we need to put all 3 power cells in here. In goes number 1. In goes number 2. And in goes number 3. Come on, get in there. No idea what I'm doing, but I'm just sort of following the logic before me. Now what? Surgical laser? What the hell do I need a surgical laser for? I mean, wait. This wall. Right, I think I see where this is going. Unfortunately, it's going to have to wait for the next episode, because I just realized I'm fast running out of time. So, yeah, things are sort of moving forward. my puzzle solving skills seem to continue to serve me somehow. I've no idea how the hell that's happening. But anyway, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in the next part. Goodbye.